Well, who all watched the debate between Hinkle and Vaush? I gotta say I did watch it, and that was one embarrassing debate. I mean, Hinkle destroyed him. Vaush came into the debate with like nothing but you're a tanky, Nazi, 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 and that's it. What was very telling was that all of the evidence that the whole chemical weapon thing was a complete fraud. You know, how the investigators themselves, the people who went there to investigate whether or not this took place, said that the final report did not reflect their findings. That very clearly that the final report was deliberately misleading for political purposes. The actual scientific investigators themselves said this. And Vaush resorted to saying, well, that's just the opinion of some people on the internet, of someone on the internet. Because apparently the investigators themselves are just some people on the internet. And throughout the entire debate, he continued to do the same thing. Just assert that, oh, you're a Nazi. Oh, this is like Holocaust denial. I mean, this is like Zionist argumentation. If you don't support us, then you're literally for the Holocaust kind of thing. I mean, it's so ridiculously dishonest. It's laughable. And this whole thing was capped off by the fact that Vaush rage quit. I mean, that's like the most Vaush thing he could do. Call the guy a Nazi and then rage quit. I mean, it was embarrassing. The fact is, when you actually put facts up on both sides, the story that Assad just gassed people doesn't hold up. There's a reason why the mainstream media won't report on what's going on in the OPCW. They won't report on the whistleblowers inside the company. They won't report on the actual investigators who came forward and said, this isn't matching our findings. If the people who did the investigating aren't a credible source, then who is? Some guy on the internet like Vaush? I think at this point it's pretty easy to determine that Vaush is COINTELPRO. I know I've been saying that for a long time, but a lot of people haven't agreed. The fact that he could sit there with no evidence on his side whatsoever and continue to insist and then only name call anyone who disagrees with them. Like, for example, claiming that Hinkle was trolling him? So because you can't stand up to somebody's argument, you accuse them of trolling? But that's pretty much how this entire debate actually went. It was just Vaush accusing him of things because Vaush didn't have a rational, solid argument for what he was saying. So much so that he eventually quit because he was so angry that he couldn't make a point because he was wrong. I find it hard to believe that anybody's ego is that big that they simply could not admit that they were wrong. Probably because he can't admit that he's wrong. Because he's carrying out somebody's interests. I almost guarantee you he's controlled either by the Democratic Party or by COINTELPRO. I can almost guarantee you, it's beyond a shadow of a doubt to me, that he's being controlled by somebody, either in the U.S. government or in the Democratic Party. You know, if he can sit there and say all this, and before this, you know, give the straight up State Department talking points for keeping troops in Afghanistan, I think it's pretty obvious at this point that Vaush is really no leftist, no socialist at all, and that he really is just liberal. Like, not even just a regular liberal, but a Hillary Clinton style liberal. Oh, we have to go in there or it'll be a failed state. If we don't go in there and massacre all the people in there, then it's going to be worse. Essentially, that's the position that he's taking. And even more telling for me was the way that Vaushites reacted to what I said afterwards, like saying Vaush got destroyed. One of them posted a picture of Bebop from the original Ninja Turtles saying, "When Jason Unruhe realizes he's just a meme." Because apparently being on Press TV means you're just a meme, because that's not any form of credibility. Which is really ironic, considering that memes are pretty much the extent of the ideology of Vaush. And then attack somebody using a meme to call them just a meme. And then another one saying that I was a Russian agent. Really, just calling me a Russian agent with literally nothing to back it up whatsoever. So what's interesting here is Iranian asset or bot or whatever it is that frequently appears on Iranian television. You'd have a better argument trying to say that I was controlled by the Ayatollah than saying that I was controlled by Russia. Both would be foolish and nonsensical. But that's the level of dishonesty that these Vaushite kids actually have. They can't do anything but insult. They can't do anything but make fun of you. They have no integrity whatsoever. Their theoretical and ideological positions are complete garbage, to the point where they can't defend them. They can't defend they feel a need to defend the fact that Vaush got destroyed, but you really can't, because it's embarrassingly bad. So they have to go to the point of attacking you personally with memes and insults, because they can't defend Vaush's position, because it's so blatantly wrong, and he acted in such bad faith that there's literally nothing that they can do about it. So this all speaks volumes about the way that Vaush and his associated cultists tend to be. In the end, they were substanceless, factless, to be devoid of facts, name callers, and just go Nazi, 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 and that's all they could do. Because you know what? In the end, that's all that they are.
Thank you for watching. If you like this program, then please head over to my Patreon page and set up a monthly donation. It's your donations that keep this program running. Also, if you would like, please rate, comment, subscribe, and share in various social media.